It is truly an honor to stand before this group. I have to tell you, of all the people, there are 20 million people within an hour or two drive distance from this very room right here. But of all the people who could have and probably should have showed up, only you, the self-selected, bold entrepreneurs of our time, chose to get out of bed, and some of you to get on a plane, pack a bag, go through the expense and energy to show up in this very room. I first want to start by commending you for being the leaders of tomorrow. Yes. It's said that success, 80% of it is just showing up. So while other people outside this room are wringing their hands, fretting about the economy, only worried about putting a rear end in their recliner today, you showed up to be here. And so my job is to get you the other 20% of the way so that you can get 100% to the ideas, strategies, and information you need to accomplish your dreams, goals, and ambitions within this business as well as within your life. And for the last 20 years, I have intensely studied the area of personal development and human achievement. And for the last 15 years, I've actually been in the business of personal development. So I've had the privilege of building products with and doing events for and producing television programs with some of the greatest thought leaders, writers, authors, and speakers of our time. And if you read Success Magazine, I get a chance to sit down one-on-one with some of today's greatest and most celebrated achievers. And so you can say that on this stage here today is not just me, but it's also Richard Branson and Donald Trump and Dr. Oz and Suze Orman and John Maxwell and the rest, because they've deposited their ideas. I've had a chance to sit down and probe them to pull out the very best ideas that they have to become successful. And so all of their ideas are going to be presented to you here this morning. Here's my big, hairy, audacious goal. I want this to be the best, most impactful, life-changing success talk you have ever heard. And that's my goal. And so if you're ready, say I'm ready. You are ready. All right, so here's what we want to accomplish. I want to discuss what separates those that are on the cover of Success Magazine from everybody else. What's the difference? What do they do? I mean, we all have 24/7, right? We were all born, scared and naked. And then whatever we did thereafter either put you on the cover of Success Magazine, made you wealthy, or maybe you struggle and live paycheck to paycheck. What's the difference between those 2 points? I'm going to give you it because there's one answer, and I think it's the foundation, the fundamental foundation to which all success then is built upon. So I want to give you that one ingredient that separates ordinary from the extraordinary, and what I call the X factor. What is the one thing you could do? Of all the books that you could read and all the lectures that you could listen to, what's one thing that you could focus on that will multiply your results by 2, by 5, by 10? So if you're earning $50,000 a year or you're earning $100,000 a year right now, what will multiply that times 2, times 5, times 10? If you have a great relationship, what will bolster that relationship by 2, by 5, by 10? If you think you're a good parent right now, what will make you an even better parent by 2, by 5, by 10? I'm going to give you what that one ingredient is. Of all the things that I've studied and the people that I have probed, this is that one factor. So let's start with what it is not. I want to clear up all the excuses people make for why they're not doing better in life right now. Because I'll guarantee you this, outside this room, there are thousands of people who came from worse families than yours, had worse parents than yours, more dysfunction than yours. They have less education than you have. They have less social connections and status than you have. Hey, they're even uglier than you. But they are worth 10 times the amount of money you're worth right now. Why is that? If it's not age, race, creed, color, gender, education, what family you're from, who you know, if none of those are the variables that determine success versus struggle, then what is it? Let's make this a little bit more intimate. Right here in this very organization, there are people in this room that are of varying income levels. The same opportunity, but varying income levels. Why is that? Well, it must be one of a few variables. So let's dissect those. One, it could be the company. So does Ryan Blair, does he have different company policies and procedures for Hispanics versus Caucasians? Are you sure? No? Well, then it must be the products, right? Blake shipped different products into the rich neighborhoods versus poor neighborhoods. Same products? Well, then it can't be the products. Well, let's talk about the compensation plan. It's that Nick, right? Nick has a different commission plan for white people versus black people, right? Women versus men? Christians versus Protestants, or Protestants versus Catholics, or Republicans versus Democrats? See, this is the great equal opportunity employer. No matter who you are, where you've come from, where you're at today, your age, your race, your education level, everybody has exactly the same opportunity. So if none of those are the variables, what is? It's you. You are the only variable that's different between somebody that is just getting started making very little money and somebody that is doing extraordinarily well. See, if we could take a snapshot of this room and come back 6 to 9 months from now, here's what I'll promise you. In 6 to 9 months, there will be people, maybe even just getting started right now, who will be making $500 a month. 6 to 9 months from now, this very room, there will be people who are making $5,000 a month. And I'll guarantee you, there will be people 6 to 9 months from now who could be making 10 times $5,000 a month. Same room, same opportunity, same time and place. What's the difference? The difference is you. What you apply to the company, to the products, to the opportunity. See, here's how it works. You are the center of your universe. The rest of the world does react and respond to you. See, no matter where you look, you're still in the middle. You are the causal source of everything in your life. Let me give you the one day that changed my life. The one life philosophy that changed my life. I was 18 years old. I was waiting for a table in a restaurant, and I met a guy, stranger to me. We got talking. He invited me to a seminar. I went to the seminar. There was something unique about the guy, so I was encouraged to go. And at the seminar, they were having a discussion about relationships. And the lecturer said, what is the shared percentage between the two people of making that relationship work? I was 18. I thought I knew it all. I blurted out 50-50. The look on the lecturer's face made it obvious to the group that that was not the right answer. Somebody else then said 51-49, because you got to be willing to do just a little bit more than the other person. The look proceeded. And then somebody said 80-20. And I don't remember exactly what their explanation was, but it involved some sort of an algorithm, right? So the lecturer just finally turned to the board and wrote 100-0. Until you're willing to take 100% responsibility for the betterment of that relationship, will that relationship work? Because if you're ever giving something with the expectation that you're going to get back, that relationship will always be open and vulnerable to being doomed. Taking 100% responsibility for your life in every aspect. This sounds simple, but it truly transformed my life. Because see, you have caused every outcome in your life. You are personally responsible for everything in your life. Either you have caused it by what you have done, or you have caused it by what you have not done, or if something happened to you, you are still 100% responsible for how you responded. See, it's not the economy. It's not who's president. It's not the tax code. It's not what party's in office. It's not what's going on within your industry. It's not the other person in your relationship. It's not your company. It's not your neighborhood. It's not your family. It's not your relationships. It's you. This concept changed my life. When you realize that you are 100% responsible at every moment, you're stuck in traffic, you're late, you are still responsible for how you respond, you will be liberated in life.